This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It's Thursday, December 30th. There's only one day left in this year.
Well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office is reporting that they're on scene of a fatal crash in Amargosa. This is a rollover crash at the intersection of Immite and Windjammer Roads. News 25 has learned that one person was ejected from the vehicle and is deceased on scene.
And there's a lot that goes into safety preparations for the big New Year's Eve celebration in Las Vegas. So you might see low-flying aircraft near the Strip, but do not be alarmed. Brad Francis explains what they're doing.
The U.S. Department of Energy's National Nuclear Security Administration is conducting low-altitude helicopter flights over the Las Vegas Strip and surrounding areas. Those flights started Wednesday and continue through Friday. NNSA's twin-engine Bell helicopter is equipped with radiation-sensing technology. The helicopter will fly as low as 150 feet in a grid pattern over the areas at about 80 miles per hour. The Nuclear Emergency Support Team aircraft will be conducting an aerial survey, measuring expected background radiation as part of standard preparations to protect public health and safety in support of the New Year's Eve celebrations. The low-level flyovers will occur only during daylight hours. The Aerial Measuring System, or AMS for short, provides rapid response capabilities for any type of nuclear incident or accident in the U.S. or overseas. AMS consists of a fleet of aircraft equipped with specialized radiation detection systems to provide real-time measurements of air and ground radiation contamination, and state-of-the-art communication systems that allow on-board science teams to communicate in real time with experts at the national laboratories to help facilitate rapid protective action decisions. The AMS fleet includes 3 Beechcraft extended-range fixed-wing aircraft and 2 Bell helicopters stationed as needed at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland and right here at home at Nellis Air Force Base. Following a release of radioactive material, AMS can provide the fastest and most complete picture of radiological conditions that may impact public safety and the environment. AMS frequently supports preventative nuclear and radiological detection operations in preparation for high-profile events such as the Super Bowl, the national political party conventions, and the presidential inauguration.
Thanks so much, Brad. Well, a 911 call for a trespassing in progress at a home in Pahrump ends with the arrest of one man after police determined this was not an isolated incident. Here's Brad with more.
Jason Hauser has been booked to the Nye County Detention Center on one count of stalking. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to a home on South Jackie Street on Christmas Eve. The reporting party said a man, later identified as Hauser, was actively trying to gain access to the home. While en route, officers learned that Hauser was leaving, but he didn't get far. Arriving deputies spotted Hauser's vehicle and stopped him. The Sheriff's Office says when officers spoke with Hauser, he admitted he was not supposed to be at the residence and that he went there uninvited. In the arrest report, the victim tells officers Hauser was walking on the property, banging on the windows and door, and attempted to open windows. She said she felt terrorized. A check of calls for service for the previous week revealed that Hauser had been the subject of 2 incidents regarding trespassing and a domestic. The arresting officer writes in his report that, due to this being an ongoing issue and his belief that Hauser's actions would not stop unless an arrest was made, he placed Hauser under arrest and took him to jail.
Well, new year, new laws. So we're telling you everything you need to know to avoid any trouble in 2022 when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the 2021 Nevada legislature passed hundreds of bills during their 2021 term, and here's just a few that might affect you in our annual New Year, New Laws segment. First up, AB 101. This law authorizes licensed veterinarians to administer products containing CBD or hemp when treating an animal and to recommend such products to pet owners. It also prohibits the State Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners from disciplining veterinarians who administer or use such products. Advocates say that CBD products can help animals with anxiety, pain, cancer, and arthritis. Next up, AB 88 bans offensive or racially discriminatory language and imagery, names, logos, and mascots in Nevada schools, and requires the Nevada State Board on Geographic Names to recommend changes to name any geographic feature or place that is racially discriminatory. The bill also prohibits Nevada counties, cities, and unincorporated towns from sounding sirens, bells, or alarms that were unfortunately historically used to alert people of color to leave town at a certain hour. And if local tribal leaders provide approval, Nevada schools may still use language, imagery, or mascots in connection with tribes. Next up, AB 207 with Deanna.
Well, this new law expands the definition of place of public accommodation to include the digital sphere in order to apply existing anti-discrimination laws affecting public places to e-commerce. The measure classifies any online business that offers goods or services to the general public in Nevada online and not operated from any physical establishment in the state as a place of public accommodation. AB 190 states that Nevada employers that offer sick leave to their employees must allow those employees to use a portion of their accumulated sick leave to attend to medical needs of their immediate family, whether that be for an illness, injury, or doctor's appointment. Nevada employees working for employers with at least 50 employees are guaranteed to earn sick leave for each hour they spend on the job because of a law approved by lawmakers in 2019. Under that law, the minimum amount of leave for a person working 40 hours a week and 52 weeks a year is about 40 hours of sick time. For a complete list, you can search for Assembly bills or Senate bills in the state of Nevada on the web.
All right, Estate Auctions 411 is kicking off the new year the best way they know how, with a big 3-day celebration. And we're getting all those details from the auction man himself, Ron Gibson.
This segment is brought to you by Estates 411.
Hi, this is Ron with Estate Auctions 411. Huge 3-day auction this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're going to be doing a simulcast auction between 2 different platforms here, and we'll explain that here in a second. But we've got a big auction coming with antique vehicles. We got a 1969 Porsche, we've got a Lincoln Continental, a Nissan Maxima, a Kia Soul Plus, and a bunch more other very nice we got a Jaguar coming up, a Thunderbird, some really nice vehicles for this weekend. We also have a bunch of nice antique furniture and collectibles, as well as this beautiful leather sectional that I see here, antique to modern furniture and things to that nature. We also have over 150 firearms in this auction.
Don't forget the jewelry.
Also the jewelry, as Cora was so nicely to remind me here, we've got a 5-carat sapphire bracelet, 5-carat sapphire diamond bracelet, a bunch of beautiful diamond rings and everything to that nature. When I was speaking about the guns, we have shotguns, semi-auto, just some gorgeous stuff, handguns, Taurus 1911. Also, we've got TVs, slot machines, reloading equipment, all the ammo that you're going to need for this year. Also, just some gorgeous collectibles and things to that nature as well. So that'll be this weekend on Saturday, January 1st, and Sunday, January 2nd. We're going to be doing a live online auction. You can log into our website, which is estateauctions411.com, and you can log in and hear me and Ski auctioneering. I'm bringing Ski out of the nursing home to come and help me with that one. So he's got a short period of time that he can be out, so we got to make sure he gets back in time. Also, just an amazing collection of everything. Make sure you come down for preview. We're going to be open all day on Friday between 9 and 5. Come in, have some snacks. We're going to have some finger foods. Ski's making a special Glühwein drink, if you've heard of Glühwein, and just a bunch of fun, coffee in the morning and everything. So come down and visit us at 4155 Santa Vito Street here in Pahrump. We're going to be doing live preview on Friday between 9 and 5.
All right. Well, the countdown has begun to 2022, and many people are sure to have a New Year's resolution in mind. But as we all know, they're not always easy to keep.
Each and every year, people tend to make the same exact resolution year after year. This shows that there is a gap between what we want and what we actually do. And we can use psychology to fill in that gap, to figure out how to change our habits to make these resolutions stick.
Dr. Susan Albers is a psychologist for a Cleveland clinic. She says real and lasting change happens when a person feels ready, not by picking an arbitrary date on a calendar. So what can you do to help with that? She recommends thinking about what might be standing in your way and also creating a supportive environment. Another tip is to shift your mindset from I have to accomplish one specific goal to setting an intention for the year. For example, you could say, I want to be more compassionate or confident. She says mental health has taken center stage during the pandemic, which can make for a great New Year's resolution.
For many people, mental health resolutions have jumped to the top of the list. If this sounds like you, consider this year taking a stress management class, buying a book on relaxation, reaching out to a counselor, finding a way to make sure that you are taking care of your mental health this year.
Dr. Albers says other popular New Year's resolutions include exercising more, spending less time on social media and more time with family and friends, or stopping unhealthy habits like drinking or smoking.
Cora is so cute.
She is adorable.
Estates Auctions 411,
Love
that's
it.
Ronnie's daughter. And I've seen her ever since the beginning, and she's so adorable.
Love her. She is adorable, and she was moving.
Yes.
And speaking of moving, we're going to tell you how to get moving and get off your tushy in 22 in more health news, but from a local standpoint you can use after the break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, it's time for this week's local medical minute from Spring Mountain Medical. And today, Dr. Jacob Steckel is telling you about how advanced manipulation could help you live a more vibrant, active life.
This medical minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Steckel with Spring Mountain Medical, your hometown health and wellness provider. Today I'm going to talk to you about promoting your body's response to pain through advanced physical manipulation. Being active is critical to living a life of health and wellness. In order to keep ourselves in top condition, we need to be active every day. Sometimes our activity is limited because of an injury, pain, or other limitations. Inflammation or injury can keep us from our lifestyles. If this is persisting long enough, we expose ourselves to a myriad of other health issues. Most people have never been treated with our advanced manipulation, massage, and deep tissue work. Doing so can allow you to live a more active and vibrant life. Come see me today. I'm Dr. Jacob Steckel, and this has been a Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
Thanks, Dr. Steckel. Well, today our smartphones can do just about anything, but they're not always the best option. Josh Osborne from Great Computer Deals here in Pahrump says there are still some things better done with a desktop or laptop computer with a full keyboard.
Hi guys, Josh Osborne with Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial, viewer question edition. One viewer asks, if you have a smartphone, do you even need a computer? That is a great question. And while I feel that modern smartphones can do just about anything, there will always be a need for a full desktop or laptop computer. Let me give you an example. You're in school or you're at the office and it's time to type out a term paper or a letter. Would you rather do it on a 6-inch screen with a little touchscreen keyboard or a full 15-inch laptop screen with physical keys for typing? Pretty easy answer there for me. I know I sound like a computer salesman, and I am one, but I feel it's still a great idea to have a full computer and a smartphone so you're covered with any scenario. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Thanks, Josh. Well, are you ready for your final sports report of 2021? Doug Ferber's giving us all the highlights right now.
Hello, sports fans. The PVHS Trojan wrestling team is off to a 15-3 start this season. They have several very talented wrestlers, including senior Colby Tillery, who is college-bound on a scholarship. Tillery said he will sign a letter of intent next week, but in the meantime, he will continue his work to dominate his 145-pound class.
So this year, push myself as hard as I can. I want to wrestle in the next level. Probably next week, I'm committing to Michigan. Clearly University, so I'm mainly just focusing, wrestling hard, and improving for college next year.
Coach Craig Rieger says Colby has competed at the state level for 2 of the last 3 years, having the 2020 season scratched because of COVID. He says his senior is driven to succeed.
Yeah. No. Colby Tillery's a senior. He's been with us for 4 years. Done a great job. He's qualified for state 2 times for the state tournament. He's a lot of leadership in here, being a senior and running practice, and he's been doing really well so far this year. So he's got some lofty goals for the end of the year.
The Trojan wrestling team resumes competition next Wednesday at Valley High School in Las Vegas against Valley, Sunrise Mountain, and Virgin Valley. The match begins at 4 p.m. The PVHS Lady Trojan basketball team resumes play next week, but are 12-0 so far this season, holding down the #1 ranking in Nevada's 3A. Paris Coleman, an integral part of the Lady Trojans' unbeaten team, says that what lies ahead might be the real challenge.
I think the basketball season's going amazing so far. We're starting off really strong and we have some tough competition coming up, but I think with the way we're playing as a team now, I think we'll have no trouble in the future if we keep working hard.
Adriana Avina and Coleman were both key members of the state championship girls soccer team. Combined, these two haven't been part of a loss in 31 straight games. Avina is very optimistic about this basketball season.
Right now we're starting out great, and honestly this team's amazing. We're working our butts off. It was a lot of change this year, but we're starting out well, and I think we could probably take it all the way this year.
The UNLV Lady Rebel basketball team beat Fresno State Tuesday night 73-63 in Fresno. The Lady Rebs are now 9-3 and 1-0 in Mountain West Conference play. The Rebels host Wyoming tomorrow at Cox Pavilion. Tip-off is set for 2 p.m. The Las Vegas Golden Knights, excuse the pun, royally smacked the Kings in Los Angeles Tuesday night 6-3. The Golden Knights host the Anaheim Ducks tomorrow at T-Mobile. This is a key Pacific Division matchup between the first-place Knights and the second-place Ducks, who trail in the standings by 1 point. The puck is set to drop at 12 noon. The Las Vegas Raiders, who are 8-7 on the season, having won their last 2 games, are in Indianapolis this Sunday in another must-win game against the Colts. Indy has won its last 3 games and are one of the obstacles the Raiders need to overcome to make the playoffs. A Raider win would position the Silver and Black right smack in the middle of the Indianapolis, the Chargers, and the Patriots for the wild card race. Kickoff for Sunday's game will be at 10 a.m. local time. Speaking of the Raiders, their legendary Hall of Fame coach John Madden, who guided the Silver and Black to the 1977 Super Bowl championship, passed on Tuesday. Madden was a Raider head coach for 10 seasons, but is best known for his announcing and game analysis on all the NFL networks, and for being the name associated with EA Sports online video gaming. Madden football is one of the best-selling games of all time. John Madden was 85. If you have any inspirational stories, athletes, or ideas, send me an email at dougf@kpvm25.tv. Have a safe, prosperous, and most importantly, a happy new year. Now back to the news desk.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Beautiful outside today.
I love that. Silver clouds on the horizon, a new year on the horizon. We'll take a look at how cold it's going to get for your New Year's Eve celebrations after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. The last day of the year, almost got one more, and we're going to stick the ending and really make it count. But right now, let's take a look at the temperatures as we peruse the weather map up and down the state. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, stuck at about 40 degrees. Tonopah, Goldfield, good for you. You got out of the basement. Finally over freezing, 34 and 33 degrees for highs today. Beatty, 41, liking the trend. Everything's kind of warming up. Amargosa at 48. Vegas tied for first place with 55 degrees with Death Valley, California. Get going. We'll send you a ribbon later. And here in the Paradise Front, currently 46 degrees is our temperature. We're heading down to a low tonight of not too much cooler, 44. What? Humidity at 77%. And, of course, we got those clouds and rain overnight. The sunset at 4:38 p.m. And it's coming up again tomorrow, just down near 7 a.m. 6:54, we'll see it. Peeking its head over the mountains. 48-degree high tomorrow. Won't that feel nice? A low of 30? Not too bad. Humidity is still 78% as we head on into the week. The rest of the week, what do we got? Well, clouds on Friday and some rain. Light rain, not too bad. Highs of 48. And it yields to a Saturday, Sunday with nothing but blue skies shining on me. Oh, beautiful way to start the new year. Temperatures, look at that, rocketing up this week from 48 degrees highs all the way to 61 on next Thursday. We see some cloud cover coming in after the sunshiny weekend, but no rain, no talk of rain. So that's a great way to start the year, and we'll look forward to it. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, thanks so much.
See you next year.
They're expecting all that snow,
Yeah.
and so drive careful out there.
Good
I'm Deanna.
night.
Good night.